Hey, sports fans. Welcome to another episode of Bucky Sports Show. Tonight we're going to talk about the Braves versus National Series and look ahead to this weekend's series at Boston. Game one, we had Atlanta win this game 4-3. Grant Holmes had another good outing. He went 6 and 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 4 hits and 1 walk while striking out 4. In the third, the Braves were able to get their offense rolling. After the first 2 batters got out, the next 5 got on base, with the last 4 getting hits. Ozuna and H2 both getting RBI singles. They were 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position in this inning alone. That 3 is equivalent to the total they had in Pittsburgh. In the fourth, Holmes gave up his only run on a home run. Also, H2 had a spectacular over the shoulder catch just before he crashed into the wall. And that is all Atlanta would need. Closing this game out 4-3. Bullpen was a little shaky in this game, but they did hold on and close it out. Game two, that went to Atlanta, winning 5-2. Spencer Schwellenbach had another good outing. He went 7 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 walks while striking out 3. Braves were 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position, getting RBI singles from Riley, White, and Albies. Throw in a 2-run home run from Drake Baldwin, and the Braves were able to finally climb back to 500. A couple of other things to note in this game. Albies broke an 0 for 28 slump, going 2 for 4 with an RBI. The other thing I want to mention here is National starter Michael Soroka making his return to Atlanta. He gave up a home run, which was the only runs that he allowed. He had a good outing in his return. Most people know that Soroka started out with the Braves. When I think of him, I remember his 2019 rookie season where he went 13-4, helping the Braves win the NL East. He pitched an absolute gem of a playoff game in St. Louis, a game that I was at in person. The following year, unfortunately, is when the injury started. He tore his Achilles in 2020 during his third start. In June of 21, he was walking into the ballpark for physical therapy, and he tore it again. He missed all of 22 season. He returned in May of 23, had a forearm injury that shut him down in July. He tried to make a start in September. That just went awful. And he was shut down for the last time as a Brave. And I truly think a healthy Soroka would still be a Brave and would be doing great things for them and have led to more postseason success. I'm glad he is healthy again and hope he returns to his old form. I was glad he had a good night and that his bullpen got the loss. Game 3, this game, Washington won 5-4. This game should have never been a loss. Should have never been a loss. Bryce Elder was good, going 6 innings, giving up 1 run on 5 hits and 1 walk while striking out 3. The Braves were up 4-1 going into the 7th when our bullpen entered the game. Bummer came in and went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits. He was replaced by De Los Santos, who went 1 1/3 of an inning, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits. Again, the Braves offense struggled with runners in scoring position, going 2 for 11 and left 8 on base. While the offense couldn't get more clutch hits, they did get their starter a 4-1 lead going into the 7th. The bullpen has to hold these leads. Game 4, Atlanta won this one 5-2. I feel like a broken record on this one, but A.J. Smith-Shawver had another great outing. He went 6 innings, giving up 1 unearned run on 2 hits and 2 walks while striking out 6. I think that's four good starts in a row for him. Just coming in doing tremendous for the Braves. Again, the Braves were 4 of 9 with runners in scoring position. They got RBI singles from Allen, Verdugo, Baldwin, and White. They also had a sac fly RBI from Ozuna mixed in there too. The bullpen was okay today. Lee was a little shaky. He went 1 inning, giving up a home run and 2 other hits before getting a double play to get out of a jam. I think we learned some things in this series about this team. First, we can't hit lefties very well right now. Losses against the Pirates and Nationals all came against left-handed starters. They have to be able to hit lefties and righties to have success. And right now, they are not hitting lefties. Second, we need to find a way to get Drake Baldwin's bat in the lineup on a consistent basis. I understand he is the backup catcher, but he was 7 of 9 on the series with 3 RBI and a home run. He's now hitting .360 on the season. We cannot have that bat just sitting on the bench. We've got to figure out a way to get him in the lineup while he's hot. Third, our bullpen needs help. Our bullpen was shaky. They didn't look good. And they need someone to anchor that down. Now, we did do a better job of hitting with runners in scoring position, but that has to be more consistent. They have to continue hitting with runners in scoring position the way that they did this week against this team. And they can't have a 2 for 11 game thrown in. They've got to have consistency when hitting with runners in scoring position. All right, let's talk about the upcoming Red Sox series. Okay, the Braves are 22 and 22, third in the NL East. They are at Boston. They are coming in at 22 and 23, and second in the AL East. Game 1 is Friday night, 7:10. Braves have Chris Sale going. He's 1 and 3 with a 3.97 ERA. Red Sox are going with Garrett Crochet. He's 4 and 2 with a 1.93 ERA. Game 2 will be Saturday. That's a 7:15 start on Fox. Braves are going with Grant Holmes. He's 2 and 3 with a 4.14 ERA. The Red Sox are going with Lucas Giolito. He's 1 and 1 with a 5.51 ERA. Then Sunday is a 1:35 start. Braves are going with Spencer Schwellenbach, who's 2 and 3 on the year with a 3.31 ERA. And the Red Sox are going with Brian Bayo. He's 2 and 0 with a 2.33 ERA. I think Boston wins game 1. I think Sale will be fired up to return to Boston, but Crotch is having a good year, and I think he'll outduel Sale in a close game. Plus, he's a left-handed pitcher, and the Braves have struggled with lefties here of late, and I don't see where that will change in this game. So I would give the advantage to the Red Sox there in game 1. I think game 2 will go to Atlanta. Grant Holmes has been pitching well lately, and I think that continues. And he's going against Giolito, who's coming in with a 5.51 ERA, so he's given up a lot of runs. Hopefully the Braves bats can get runners in scoring position and get those hits. Game 3, I think, is a 50-50 game. Schwellenbach has the capabilities, but he's been inconsistent recently. So the question on this game will be, which Schwellenbach do we get? Do we get the one that gives up runs, or do we get the one that the Nationals saw that gives up basically nothing? And Bayo, he's 2 and 0 with a 2.33 ERA, and he's going good right now. So this game's going to be if the Braves can get hits with runners in scoring position. The Braves really need to win at least one of these games. Doing that will give them an opportunity to get above 500 next week against the Nationals. A little side note here. Actually, a few side notes here. Spencer Strider is set to return next week's series at Washington. Which game has yet to be announced, but it is being speculated by me that he will take Bryce Elder's spot in the rotation. And I'm thinking that because the Braves optioned Elder to Gwinnett today to bring up a bullpen arm for the series in Boston before activating Strider. So with that move, I really think Strider's just plugged in where Elder would be in that rotation. Also, Acuna started his rehab assignment this week. He started down in Florida at their Gulf Coast League, and he had a good night. So they brought him up to Gwinnett to finish his rehab, and he was 2 for 3 with a double tonight in his first game with Gwinnett. So we are getting closer to seeing him in Atlanta. Well, that will wrap up tonight's episode. I will be back on Thursday with the recap of this series and a preview of next week's National Series. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment. Have anything you want me to discuss, email me at buckysportsshow@gmail.com. Again, that's buckysportsshow@gmail.com. As always, enjoy the games and go Braves!